The second question concerns the case you mentioned, when Robert Fico was shot. In general, it has been a very difficult month. As we know, a coup d'etat was being prepared in Turkey. Robert Fico was shot, and Vučić was threatened. Iranian President Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash. Do you think that this turbulence in May affect the timing of some international regional projects, agreements?
When you note a succession of assassination attempts that have achieved, not fully achieved, on the world's politicians. And you cite it as, well, this obviously irrefutable fact of some kind of instability in world affairs. And I want to tell you that despite the horror of what we've just witnessed, and I said this in response to your previous question, I would still like to remind you that people are dying in the world, including as victims of these Western manipulations, games, and intrigues. In recent years, tens of thousands of people, maybe hundreds, maybe, I don't even know how to count. If it's with Iraq, it's millions. Maybe we will think about them too, and maybe we will think about the population of the Gaza Strip. Maybe we will think about the victims of terrorist acts in Israel, Russia, and other countries. Maybe we will think about the people of Donbass, who have been begging the international community for 7 years to see their problem and realize their chance for a peaceful settlement by implementing the Minsk agreements. Maybe we will think about the results of the experiments on the territory of Afghanistan, which lasted 20 years and claimed a huge number of lives and created a huge number of problems for the inhabitants of Afghanistan, neighboring countries and regions, and the world as a whole. Maybe we will take a big look at the Middle East and North Africa, and how many lives, millions of lives, have been mutilated there. Maybe we will look at the center of Europe and see Ukraine there, and remember the fate of Serbia 20 years ago with the bombing of peaceful cities. Or maybe we will look at the South Caucasus region, which is close to you and me, where those who do not want to bring peace there, but want to unleash another bloody conflict. And that is exactly what it is, because peace is what the leaders of Russia, Azerbaijan, and Armenia agreed on, recorded it in documents that were agreed upon by the three sides, and represent a real roadmap, not just for the peaceful resolution of the conflict, but also for peace, stability, and security in the region for decades to come. And this has caused tremendous envy and aggression on the part of those who do not see peace as a doctrine of international relations at all. Maybe we look at the number of victims there. Maybe we remember the experiments in the North Caucasus, which, were on the verge of literally destroying security not only in our country, but also in Europe. How international terrorism found a breeding ground for Western money there one after another, activating, setting in motion bloody terrorist attacks both in the North Caucasus and across the territory of our country. Then, however, having accepted them again into their embrace, Westerners called them fighters for democracy and freedom, and asked Russia to do something after some time, because these obviously terrorist elements did not let them live, having created real cells on the territory of the countries of Western Europe. You see, this is what we should talk about. Yes, people who are famous, people who are political public figures, people who accumulate the will of the people through democratic procedures are always in the public eye, and special attention is paid to their fate, especially when their fate, so to speak, their life is interrupted by these despicable, insidious crimes, as it was with Fico and many others. I hope he recovers and all will be well with him. But there was an attempt, 5 shots rang out and 4 bullets reached their target. But we must not forget the millions of people who are victimized. They also come into this world to live and create, to continue the race. They each have their own mission. They each have their own right to live. And no one has the right to take that life just because it suits someone's political conjuncture and someone's economic gain. This is what I urge you to never forget.